Trucks roll, a thunderous sound. Digging deep where treasures are found. The gold is black, the gold is pure. The grind is real, the pain's obscure. But we'll fight on through sweat and blood for wealth that waits in the mud. Hammer down, break the chains. In the dust we feel the pain. Through the smoke, through the flames, we'll mine the earth and stake our claim. Crush the earth, tear it apart. With iron fist, we'll steal its heart. Excavators scream, haul trucks roar. We mine the depths out of ore. Wash the gold, the black and cold. Dig through the dark, we take control. With steel and fire, we blaze the trail. In the grind, we will prevail. Beneath the earth, a world unknown. We carve through stone to claim the throne. Washing gold in river stain, where blood and sweat have been ordained. The hull trucks roar, the engines cry as we push forward, never shy. A mountain's weight, a burden's toll. We dig the earth and take its soul. Hell down, break the chains. In the dust we feel the pain. Through the smoke, through the flames, we'll mine the earth and stake our claim. Crush the earth, tear it apart. With iron fist, we'll steal its heart. Excavators scream, haul trucks roar. We mine the depths out of ore. Watch the gold, the black and cold. Dig through the dark, we take control. With steel and fire, we blaze the trail. In the blind, we will prevail. We will prevail. Tunnels deep and caverns wide. We're the miners, we don't hide. We strike the earth, we crush the stone. Forged in fire, we take the throne. Cold, blood in the dirt, we sacrifice, we feel the hurt. Metal screams, engines scream in the belly of the machine. Crush it, grind it down. Coal and gold, we own this crowd. Break the stone, tear the sky. In the depth we rise, we climb. Crush the earth, tear it apart. With iron fists, we'll steal its heart. Excavators scream, haul trucks roar. We mine the depths out of ore. Watch the gold, the black and gold. Dig through the dark, we take control. With steel and fire, we blaze the trail. In the grind, we will prevail. Scream the engines, let them howl. In the blackened earth, we prowl. Mind breaking, forging fate. In the earth, we dominate. We dominate.
Yo, what's going on, Dirt Nerds? That's right, we got a special one for you today. Sorry, we didn't stream yesterday, and well, we didn't know what was up in there. We didn't know what was going on today, so we're just waiting, doing some stuff, doing some testing. Kind of busy, couldn't really say anything, so kind of figured we'd spring this on you guys here as a nice little weekend, you know, nice little cupcake for you guys. We're gonna go over, well, pretty much everything that's coming in the next, well, recent beta that's coming, right? We know that it's going to be soon. If everything is, well, goes as planned. So it should be soon. Can we get some soons in the chat? You guys typically know when I do these things, it's pretty close. I don't want to jinx it, so, you know what I mean? It just breaks all of a sudden. We'll make sure that, you know, hopefully it doesn't happen. But, you know, that's, you guys know the way games work, right? So, yeah, we get those soons in the chat. Thank you guys very much for showing up today. I know the short notice, like I said, we didn't know if this was going to happen today, whatnot, so figured get it out there. I know you guys want to see kind of what's coming out in this upcoming update to the beta. And, yeah, as you guys can see, there's some new little friends on the claim here. We got Grumpy over here, obviously. We're not talking about him. We're talking about these, well, copper-looking little things over here. Let me jump in my...
Like your friend?
The little copper, yeah, they're like copper colored, right? My kappa? we supporting the kappas around here? So this is the new, well, I guess we'll go over these first, okay? We'll kind of go over these here a little bit. I don't know if Christian wants me to say the actual day. So, yes, I don't, you know what I mean? Because then I don't want it to jinx it if it doesn't happen, right? So that's kind of a... So yeah, we have these series, which is called the Attila, right? So this is the Attila series that you will see, and we will be showing and bringing out more equipment. This is one of the largest updates in Out of War, I think, in history that I've covered every one except for the last update. I think this is, like, pound for pound, one of the largest updates I can even remember. Like, it's absolutely crazy. So, I mean, it will take a little time to go through, listen people kind of roll in. What are you guys hoping to see today? Well, what are you guys hoping to see? I guess we'll start that off the chat. What are you guys hoping to see? But yeah, we'll start off with some of these guys. And we'll actually, you know what? Grumpy, should I go to the actual update notes, or should we wait on that?
I don't know. Wouldn't hurt to go through them. I mean, I know on your video you don't go through them much, so you may want to.
Yeah, true. I
cover a
don't
few
go through them
things here
much.
that you don't cover
Yeah.
there.
I guess I don't go through them much. Let's pump the brakes for a second, and let's go over to the store page, and let's check out the oh, actually, sorry, it's not on the store page. It's in the community patch notes. Expand. Okay. Well, as you can see here, there is a long list of new equipment. And before you guys absolutely have a complete meltdown, should I just tell them right now?
Probably. I mean, you're going to, 30 or 40 people will probably just cry in a beer, but whatever.
It's all right. It happens. But we got good news soon on that, too. So, as you can see, there is no bucket wheel in this list. However, there's like, what, 15?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, there's 15 new pieces of equipment in here that they've added. 15 new pieces. No DLC. Nothing like that. No DLC. Let's see the rope shovels. Coming soon. And like I said, this is just the very top. It is absolutely crazy. So we have 15 new pieces of equipment coming into the game. Some of them, like you just saw with the Attilas, they are, just some more starter style equipment. There's probably gonna be some more attributes and stuff like that on those later. But then we have obviously the Sheraton series, typical Sheraton series, which is kind of like the premier equipment in this game, it seems like. So you have the EX like 200, 400, 600 long booms, which are pretty cool. Something that's been really, really anticipated for quite a while. Then you have the Attila cables, small, large. Obviously, we'll go over all those here in a little bit. And there is a ridiculous amount of fixes that literally have been asked for by you guys for quite some time. That's what I was saying. And this list is actually bigger. It's going to probably be updated again later today. And this list will actually get longer. So, I mean, it's absolutely crazy. There's so many little fixes that have been performance, obviously various crashes. They added a skill tree, added a bed so you can sleep through the night, which will demonstrate all that. Added save warning, general settings, and stuff like that, so you don't accidentally save when you don't want to. And also down in the corner, it'll tell you, oh, hey, you changed something, save. Right? So a lot of these little things that, normally you kind of slip up on, they kind of give you a little bit of a warning now. Obviously, various spelling mistakes. I mean, it's just going to happen in games. Fixed various crashes, fixed various issues related to company. A lot of people have been having this problem right now. It's blocking writing the files to your user profiles and stuff like that. So that's a very nice change for a lot of you guys who are like, hey, what the heck happened to my company? Why is everything all broken and stuff? Right. So a lot of these changes.
Why
and
is my
stuff like
stuff not
that.
saving? Most people and having saving problems with their company.
Yeah, we've been seeing that in the chat now for since I've been back for like over like a week now, right? Fix an issue in the store, the price overflow, it goes into the negative. Fix an issue where players can overbuy things, and if you don't have any space, you just lose money. So a lot of these fixes go back like over a year. Right, like some of these fixes, I mean, it's a crazy amount of fixes. It's ridiculous. Like I was saying, they really put a lot of time into fixing as many as possible, and then making this update coming worth it in many different ways. I mean, there's quality of life in this update. There's a lot of just overall fixes to performance, like you also had the fix the drone snapshot stuff, so the drone. The file formats will be saved correctly now in all this area. Fix real fuel reset after loading game. Those type of things really help you when you're doing like a hard mode save series. You're not always constantly like, oh man, now I gotta like spend some money somewhere just so I can like balance out my hard mode. The bed thing alone is awesome. Still no cruise control. Yeah, no cruise control. Added setting to highlight conveyor openings, so that way some of you guys are like, well, which end is which, and you can't quite see it. There's now a setting to turn on, which will give you like a little arrow, which will show that'll point down at something. Fuel stations, trigger heights, now a lot of those little things. Added a pass-through option to conveyors and pipeline storage. That is a big one. That one little line right there is something that a lot of you guys have been asking for in the in the forums. Why can't we just make things go through this conveyor to the very end, or have a little control over that?
Yeah.
So that's a big one.
Super nice is it lets you empty out those storage silos, like
Yeah, exactly. It lets you empty them out.
so you can
Let's see.
store into it and then empty them out later on.
Yeah, fix the 10x power state not saving. Fixed FPS drop when looking at smoke effects. This is a big one right here for a lot of people that have a little bit lower end computers and graphics cards. This FPS drop when looking at smoke. That's a big one, right? Fixed sell point not progressing quests. A lot of quest fixes in here. Pipelines now have a greater connection tolerance, which also means it will eliminate the problem where maybe they didn't connect properly. It'll also mean that you'll probably need more power in your plants. So you're going to have to go through some of your connections and check to make sure everything's good to go, because that tolerance got raised. So it might up your power limit. You might have to add a little bit more power to your plants. Let's see here. Fix the issue point, not transactions not recorded in the economic tab for all you guys that were waiting to do like a little bit more economic work in there, which that'll also tie into the bed feature as well. So like I said, no bucket wheel. Okay though, no bucket wheel yet. From what I'm told, yet. Soon, but no confirmation date or anything like that. So soon, just be patient. Be very patient. All you gotta do, just be a little patient. Yeah, soon, right? So, but we did get 15 new vehicles, and we're going to go over those, and we're going to go over the HUD, and we're going to go over the skill tree, we're going to go over the periodic table, and all the other features that are coming into this. So, let's take a look here. Let's see. So, yeah, so this list will be posted up here on the thing. Also, too, you can't watch the full stream today. After the stream, there's going to be I'm going to put up a video a little later tonight, and that's going to be just a short version of all this stuff, right? So, okay, you know what? Where do we want to start off here, Grumpy? Start off with the Tillas real quick, and then we'll go into like, some of the other stuff and kind of bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
The equipment. No,
and Tillas and long booms.
And this is not out yet, but soon it'll be out to beta, right? And then it'll go through the beta process, and then it'll go to live, which I know a lot of you guys have been waiting. We've seen your guys' comments. You guys are like, why hasn't there been a patch in like 3 months or 4 months? Well, now you guys know why. It's a big one. It's big, and I'm sure they want to put in more. They know you guys are hungry for fixes and things like that. It's just what their priority list, right? So I feel like I've seen this map before. Yes, this is the map that we dig on a pretty much normal basis, but yeah. So pretty much the equipment is normal. I don't think they ended up getting the physics update in, but these having more equipment at a lower starting value is kind of nice. They all work really well. I mean, I know this is not what you guys are here to see, but we gotta hold this off for a second. Gotta pump the brakes, boys. We take forever to fill this truck, right? And I just fall off. Let's go. Get back up here, buddy. So you can see the cab design, right? It's got like that older style cab. Does anybody know what these things would be kind of referenced? They added a lot more detail onto these too, right?
Yeah, they look pretty nice.
Yeah, they add a lot more
on.
detail, and they always come out with like the older series stuff. Already just comes like rusted, right? So I don't know if it's the paint is like.
Does this one have all the little bolts and stuff in them? Yeah, all the little bolts and connectors on the. Like all this piping up here, and that looks awesome. They did a great job on it.
Yeah, they did. Get this damn shovel out of my way. Yeah, I mean, look at all the detail that they've been putting into the equipment, right? Like they put a lot more detail into this newer equipment. Like the little lines for the lights are all in there now. All the cables, connections, fittings, Like, it's just massive amount. Just crazy, man. Loads of detail. Coming down here, I mean, look at this. Like, it not fall down. That'd be great. Did it get into a? Listen up here, buddy. This thing's too big, dude. Can't get out of the bucket, man. Let me in. That's it. Put this thing away from the cliff here. That's it. I feel like the current excavators lack a little bit of detail. Well, they've kind of been up in their game in a lot of different departments, as you know, one person works on something else, and it seems like they've been putting a lot of time into the detail of the equipment as we've been seeing the generations go forward. And yes, these are the normal style, but I figured, you know, they're built and people like seeing new content, and this is, well, new content. Even though it's an excavator, there's still new stuff in the game, right? They're all detailed. They are all insane. Like, let's see down here. Let's see how it's, oh, the cat. Oh yeah, that's right. The inside of the equipment too is changed a little bit, and all the sticks will move now, right? So everything's really nice. It works. I don't think the pedals work. No, you don't see the pedals moving, but hey, that's okay. One day. There's no brown stain on the seats anymore. Rip.
So disappointing.
So yes, we did get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 of the new Attila starting series like equipment. Is it a Hitachi lookalike? Or is it orange? It makes me think of that way. I think it kind of reminds me of like the cabs, how they have like the thing. It kind of reminds me of something from like the 70s. How everything's a little bit more squared off. Right? That's kind of what it reminds me, like kind of like a hybrid between like 70s and maybe a little, what, 80s? Or maybe older, right? What about the bucket volumes? Yeah, I think these are the same size as their counterparts.
Yeah, I think
this one
is like the
is
500, so I think it actually has a little bit larger.
You want to check those for me, Grumpy?
Yeah, let's see. Let me pull it up.
I believe that's the 500.
Yeah, this is a 500 here, and it is 4.9 cubic yards on the bucket, and I think the 500D is 4.8, so they're, you know, roughly the same equipment.
Okay, yeah. This one's an attachment, yes. So this little guy's an attachment, so he uses the attachments for you guys that want like using the attachment equipment. Flip this bucket over here. If I can't get it to lock back on. Hey, listen. You want to fall into the world on me? Oh, I dug it to hell and back. Well, rip, whatever. There. Grumpy's just spawning cargo containers everywhere.
I'm picking that up. Getting out of the way. Since it was a little weird there.
Let's pull out a... Let's see here. Pull out the... Yeah, let's pull out one of the smaller... Yeah, pull out the long arms. Put them in a row right here. I guess. Put the long arms in a row. And we'll take a look at the long booms. Because this is one that a lot of you guys are like, man, can we just get a long boom? Like, can we get some love in the chat for the long booms today here, guys?
Oh, I was doing the wrong stuff there. I'm doing a terrible.
You was
job.
waiting for a
Holy
wheeled
cow.
B100 excavator for the drills. This is nice. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, for the portable drills and things like that, where you're not like, you can move a little faster, right? The long booms. Do we get to see the cherry picker? No, we do not. That's actually not in this.
Here's 200, the 400, and this is the 600.
This is the little guy, right?
Backwards.
Oh, you did it backwards. Yeah,
Oh, well.
that's okay. Thanks for putting it backwards. I appreciate it.
No, I'm a loser.
The long boobs. Oh yeah, they look good. We'll go over the details and stuff like that too on these things. And thank you, Damien, for that gifted, man. I appreciate that, brother. Solid, man. Why am I low? Yeah, kick this thing into high gear. So can I touch the bottom with this one? Oh, it's about as far as I can reach. But that's still crazy for the size of an excavator, right? It's a little too deep here for me. How about that one? Let's see it going. I think Grumpy's is big enough. I think that one's yeah, that one's gonna reach. that thing's a monster.
Yeah.
You could
That couldn't quite reach the bottom of the pit, but
yeah, but for that size of an excavator though, to be able to reach down that deep, I mean, we designed
crazy,
these.
yeah.
We designed these to run the big giant 8000s, right? That's how this mine is, right? So
it almost reaches the same depth.
it almost reaches, yeah. Yeah,
Real
and you
close.
can scrub it far away too, right? That's crazy.
Well, actually, it's probably about the same depth as the 8000.
I think it is actually. I think it's pretty much as close. Let me get the excavator over there. Let me take a look. Let me bring over the 8000. The EX 8000 long boom when? Wait, that would... How high can you reach, Grumpy? Reach out. See how high you can reach up with it. I believe this thing reaches about as far as down as the 8000 goes. Yeah, actually, that's where my scoop is right there, Grumpy.
Yeah, it's about the same. Yeah.
Yeah, so it could reach down as far as the 8000.
Say it probably may actually reach higher than the 8000.
Oh, hold on. Let's see. Reach to
I
the
don't think it has.
sky.
I don't think it has that much.
Oh yeah.
Much articulation.
Oh yeah, bro.
big time.
Oh okay. Thing's nice. That's awesome. Look at that thing. So this is the bigger excavator, right? It's the biggest excavator you can get in the game, and that's the long boom, the biggest long boom you can get. The demolition boom. Yeah. Yeah, because that boom goes back further, right?
Yeah.
Because the carrying housing is like different.
Yeah.
I think it might actually go back a little bit too far. I think about it.
Yeah, probably a little bit. It probably shouldn't.
It does clip
It
through a
probably
little bit,
shouldn't. It
but
probably shouldn't extend past it right there. But yeah.
safety first, right? Yeah, the long booms are insane. Like it's a great addition to the game. I mean, it's not everybody's going to be playing with this big equipment. Some people like to sim some other things, so it'll allow you to extend and reach out and make a bigger pattern in your cuts before you actually have to move, and you'll be able to scrape some walls with that too a little bit. That'll be really nice for the long booms for moving along the walls and be able to clean up your wall faces and stuff like that, right? Yeah, one of the new brands is called the Attila series, and that is you go into vehicles, excavators. Oh, cat's out the bag now, boys. Oh gosh. Long booms. You got the long boom. So let's look at the price of this equipment here too. Over here. So we showed off these. These are 172,000 for the 500. So if we go down here and look at the other 500. So we have the 200s, which are a little cheaper. These are like the old broke ones, right? But where's the other 500? They're about. There's a 500D. Where's the other guy at?
So bucket wise, the big 600 long boom is about the same size as the 500 normal boom, capacity wise.
Okay. So what do you guys think about the long booms? Let's look at the detail on this thing. I think again they just nailed it, right? Like
Look at the
obviously
look at the fan. Look at the fan inside this air filter. This air. intake over here.
Yeah.
Does it run by chance? No.
we'll
But it still looks awesome though. Still a great job.
we'll be going over these all the way through. All the way through. So we'll did you want to talk about the
Always-
capacity of that one? How big that one
Yeah,
is?
the 600 is basically the same size as the 500D, so the 4.8.
So 4.8, yeah. Because you
Yeah.
typically don't have large buckets on these big booms. It puts too much weight and pressure and everything like that on them. So the buckets don't get larger. They generally typically get a little smaller on the long reach. That's going to come in handy, guys. That's really going to come in handy. I think that might be, if we start a new series, that'll be something that I'll be using, like, immediately to start, you know.
Look at the little Easter egg over here, Split, on the side. I'm surprised I didn't notice that earlier when I was playing with it.
Huh? What?
NMC.
Well, yeah.
You don't see that on most of the rest of the equipment, I don't think.
You do some of them, yeah. Well, some of the newer
you?
models. Yeah.
Must be a newer model thing. I haven't seen that. Cool. Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they
some
did
of the
really
newer
nice
stuff
job
has
with the
NMCs.
stuff.
Some, the other ones, I think the older ones that we got, like what, about 4 or 5 updates ago, had them in there.
Cool. Yeah, no, they did a nice job.
Yeah, like look at the, they definitely went through
What-
and,
Well, look like over here on this side, if the opening on this side where you see the mesh see through, you can actually like see the internals through the mesh and stuff.
yeah, you can see a little bit better on this side too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
They're
definitely
doing
putting a lot more
super nice
detail into
job.
their equipment. Yeah, like all their fittings. Like if you come up here and look in the front, Grumpy, all the fittings like
Oh yeah.
are much better. Like much better. Has anything changed in the physics of the excavators? I believe that this one doesn't. This update will not have it. So, but like I said, there's going to be apparently a lot of updates coming. So there's quite a few things coming, and they've been really busy over like the last 5 months. I know a lot of you guys are like, "There's been no updates," right? Well, sometimes it's you just got to hold on a little bit, you know. So they've been working really hard. Obviously, 15 new pieces of equipment that are coming to the game. They're not charging us for it. No DLC. I mean, most devs. Would you guys agree in the chat? Most devs would have charged for 15 new pieces of equipment coming to a game.
Yeah,
Right,
this would have
like-
been a DLC for sure.
This could have easily been a DLC. Right? Easily. I mean, I think almost any development team I've played a game for, they would have made this a DLC. Like 100%. Get these long booms out of here. I mean, I think them just, I mean, because these models take time to build. Some of them are replicated from other ones, but obviously the Attila series and some of the stuff I'm going to bring out here in a second. I'll bring out the cables. Quick. Okay, so we have... Now, these are probably some of my favorite. I kind of wish they maybe would have made them a little bit older looking. Like the round, if these backs were maybe a little bit more squared to match the cabs. But overall, the detail on these things is insane. Right? The cables kind of move a little bit. I don't... Because the clutch is not applied. So you can see, like, when I get in the equipment... Let me zoom in here. Yeah, the physics change is important, but if it's not ready to be released, it's not ready to be released, right? But do you want them to release things that are not ready, or, you know, they can always put the physics in later, right? When it's ready to be done, right? So
And
there was
you know,
actually no
you work on
timeline
multiple
on...
things at the same time. So
Yeah, there was actually... I don't think they ever stated that the physics update would be 100% in this update. Same thing with the bucket wheels from that I could find data-wise. So, as you can see, all the cables now, all the pulleys work. Right? So, we're just here to showcase what they've built. You know, if you guys have any concerns and stuff like that about the game as far as, like, what they're putting in and when they're putting in, that's between you guys and the devs, so... Please be a little bit kind when it comes to... We're just trying to show it off and show what's going on.
well, most every game still needs completing. So
Yeah. I mean, considering this is one of the largest updates it's had some of the most amount of fixes, right? So
Considering you can pick this game up on sale right now for about $18 US. There's a lot of content and a lot of play for that much money.
yeah, 100%. And the game's on sale right now too. Let's jump in this thing, take a look here, what it looks like when we're digging here. Yeah, I have my boom extended out a little bit. So I have to be a little bit more curl in with the boom because it's not going to curl as much, right? So a lot of you guys that are used to, you can see the way the bucket's shaped as well. So you're going to come in, you get your scrape, but you want to scoop a little sooner than that, right? With these front shovels because the bucket doesn't curl in as much. But everything's cable operated. It kind of gives you that feeling that, okay, I need to make sure I curl and pull my arm back in before I take my full complete scoop.
You know, remember these work by dragging the bucket back towards it, so.
Yeah. And you can kind of see how the bucket's shaped, right? You have the arm out here. The curl is at a max, but it'll come back straight. So you're going to kind of curl and then drag it towards you a little bit. Like most other excavators as well. These are all the same. These are the cables. Apparently they have said that, yeah, I do not believe anywhere they've stated that the like Ruby Red Spartan said on Twitch. I believe they did mention in one of the Friday news updates that the physics update wouldn't be in this update. Yeah. One thing you got to remember about NMC is that they're excited to talk about the game with you guys, but don't take them as just because they talked about it with you guys doesn't mean that it's coming in the next update. I think a lot of people confuse that. And I've seen a lot of that confusion over the years. They're very excited. They're hyped about their game. And they want to share things with you and have transparency with you guys. But don't twist their words into things, right? So as long as you can kind of keep that understanding, I think that it's a little bit better off for the community, right? So, I mean...
Remember, when they're working on something, it doesn't necessarily mean it's ready either. So maybe working on some physics, but it doesn't mean it's ready to go or ready for everybody to play with yet.
Yeah, exactly. So just a little patience. Things are coming. Wish they added the drag line. As far as I know, the last time we talked to Christian on the podcast that we had back in May, kind of came to the assumption that that's going to be one of the hardest things to do that they've probably tackled would be the physics because the bucket hangs out and it's free floating, right? So it's kind of it's going to be a task for them. And hopefully we see it one day and that comes, but little fixes, little things at a time.
You gotta remember, it's almost like crane operation, right? So you swing the bucket out there and there should be some free play to it and all that kind of stuff. So depends on what you want it to look like. Do you just want it to look like another excavator with no swing, or do you want it to look proper? And it's going to take time to develop all that stuff.
You want to go over the bucket volumes on these, Grumpy? Actually, I could just pop up and take a look at them 1 second.
Yeah.
All right, so the 200 is sitting at a 1 yard. We have the 300, which is a 1.8. We'll go over the front shovels here as well, because like I said, there's a lot of Attila stuff in here, right? So
we go up that way.
And the 500 is at a 2.3. I mean, but look at the prices of these things, right? 132,000 in the game. If you're starting a hard mode series, these things are going to be pretty nice for you. All right, we need to get into. We'll make them wait for the front shovels. We'll throw in some other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, they're kind of small, but they are cheap. Like I said, I think they're more along the lines of the starting equipment, especially if you want to play with something like you're like, oh, this claim is all shovels or rope operated and things like that, right? So, see, what do we got in chat here? You mean face shovels? Yeah. Front shovel, face shovel. Okay, so let's see. What do we got here? Let's go to the let's go do some menu stuff real quick.
Go over the menu.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's go over the menu stuff here. Periodic table. something new in the game, something different. That's not equipment. I know there's a lot of people that are hyped because we have, well, this gigantic periodic table. And I think everybody is going, well, are all those things eventually going to be in the game? I know that was my thought. I was like, so we're getting all these? And apparently, yes, eventually. That kind of gives you an idea of the scale of the game that the devs want to build, right? Now, some of these things to be found. I think they said some of them can be made, right, through other byproducts eventually in the game, right? So there's a lot. And some of these things aren't completed. There'll be like a little, maybe they did. Nope. Yeah. So there'll be like little, some of these have things that are not in yet. Remember, this is alpha, guys. Coming to beta soon. Something around there. And, helium, oxygen, sulfur, nitrogen, you got your carbon, things like that. And you find these by, well, digging things in the world, right? Or crafting things, or things that have maybe them in them. And you'll get discovery points. You'll earn discovery points, is rewarded with skill points and things like that. Should I show them?
Well, I mean, sure.
Sure. They called, what's it called? The hell is that called?
Metal, what is that? Analyzer?
Hand tools. Here we go. Metal analyzer. There we go. Show us. All right. You guys know that there's this thing, right? It's iron. Okay. So you guys saw the periodic tree, right? We have iron discovered. Let's see. Iron. I guess iron and copper. Okay. See if we can find. Oh, like apparently I already hit these. Them. Grumpy, you want to do the, hold on. Let me go find, we have some coal around here somewhere. I know we do. You have any coal there, Grumpy? There's gotta be coal.
Can have. Well, there's some up on the side of the wall, but I don't think I have any quick way to get there.
That man lift would come in real handy right now.
I think if you jump up to the truck, I think
The beta will be coming
corner
soon.
here.
We are just doing an early showcase. The dev was real like, dude, I asked the dev, I was like, hey, it's coming out soon. And like we've always done early showcases for pretty much every update that's came out except for the last one. And he said, go for it. Where's that?
Jump up to the truck at the plant. There's some coal over here behind this truck.
Oh, there's
and
some
then
coal
the
that got
truck away.
spilled. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, there's some coal in the wall up here. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Awesome. Yeah, soon, dude. Soon. Okay, so that was coal. And congratulations, you've now discovered carbon. Right? Let's go ahead and go back into, that's how you'll do whenever you find new material. You obviously look at it with your analyzer. It says, coal, hit it with your pickaxe, and then it fills in your periodic table. Right? So now we have carbon. So we can click on this. It'll tell me everything. Atomic weight, density, melting point. It kind of gives you the full breakdown of everything. So this is one that's like some people, I would say, I guess you guys can tell me in the chat, is this something that you care about? Be honest. Or do you only care about like equipment? For me personally, I kind of like the, to know that, okay, all these things, especially all these things that are highlighted in the darker, that these grayed out ones are not in the game yet. Right? Everything that you see that's like this darker color is currently in the game. Right? And I do think that this is a really cool for myself personally, because it will add, if you start from nothing, right? And you're starting to find these different things, and you get, it adds some more immersion to the game. And like I said, I think it's because now we know there's gonna be a lot of stuff. It also gives you something to aim for.
Also says every discovery is rewarded with skill point.
Yeah, exactly. So you might want to eventually, once this full skill tree comes out and everything's in the game, This is now, this I did not talk to the developer about this. It's just me, complete speculation. We're probably going to get new maps at some point. Complete speculation. Because half of these things like that, we don't have nodes for. Right? Or they might come from another form, or some of them are gases, liquids, solids, unknown, right? Like,
I mean, theoretically, they could put some other odd ways in to find them, but I would assume that, yeah, at some point, I would think we're going to see some. But
yeah,
let's face it, that's not a hard stretch. At some point, surely there's going to be new ones. Right?
yeah, exactly. It's not a hard stretch, because it's like, yeah, you know where you see what I mean? Like, I think it's a very cool thing to kind of look at, and we're playing a mining game where you mine minerals. Not having a periodic table is kind of like, would be kind of weird. And I think it's just something. How have you found helium? Yeah.
Ways to find it.
There's ways to find it. So now, whether you can do anything with it or not, it's we're on alpha, okay? So talk about radiation. No comment. Yeah. The devs been hinting at a lot of these things for over 2 years now. So to see these things finally in the game for me is really exciting, and they're leading. It opens up the conversation, all the things that we talk about on a daily basis when we play this game, right? And for me, that I find that to be fascinating. That it's shining a little bit more light on the bigger scope of the project. Can you please show the skill tree? We will be going over that here in a second. Yes. All right. Skill tree. Chat. Okay, so it seems like you guys all love the periodic table. It seems like a lot of you guys are like, hell yeah, right? Like, awesome. That's cool. Good to hear. Skill tree. I think it's pretty common in a lot of video games that have skill trees, what skill trees are. How they affect the game is kind of important. Is it a corny way? Is it weird? Whatnot? Things like that, right? So, skill tree. I have a lot of points right now because, well, I've cracked it out, so... Yeah, so you start off with, obviously, your skill tree number 1 at the top. Unlock skills to start exploring. You can also reset the tree, too, as well. Reset button. So, let's go over the basics of them first. We have the first one, which is the economics tab, which is better credit score. You can now earn, you can get about 25% more loan from the bank. And that goes starting at 25%. And it goes all the way to 150%. So you obviously in good favor with the bank, and you can loan out to the extreme, right? So 150% more. And then you have, let's see here. Then you have the character tab, which is the first one comes down the tree. You have run speed 10%, right? Then you have, you just have to purchase it first, right? 10%, 20%. Let's take a look at how fast you run with 20%. A little quicker. Okay. And it goes over to 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, all the way to 80, right? So let's just max it out. Okay, yeah, you definitely zoom. Okay. Yeah, you zoom. For all you guys that love running everywhere. Man, you flying. Now, you're ready for the Olympics, man. Like, are they still working on the wiki page? It looks very outdated. I believe so, but it's very hard to work on a wiki page when they're constantly upgrading something. You know what I mean? So, the Flash. Yeah, okay. So, all right, let's get into the other parts of the skill tree. Well, let's just continue the character, I guess. So we have run speed. Well, what would you guys expect there's going to be if you have run? Jump speed. Okay, we got 5%, and it goes all the way down to 40% more jump speed. So, obviously, we have to have jump speed.
Height.
Or jump height. Yeah, jump height, not speed. Yeah, you go high. Holy cow. Okay. You can jump a little higher now, boys. That's one heck of a vertical leap, dude. Big jumps. You know, I mean, jumping up on top of things, painting things, doing all kinds of stuff, moving around. Yeah. That's so not only do you run faster by like what 80%, but now you could jump higher if you max out that, right? All right. So let's get back into the skill tree and go over the rest of them. Okay, now we're going to the economic tab. You get 5% more experience and money from quests. You won't get stuck in the 400s anymore? Exactly. Who needs a boom lift if you have that, right? Yeah, exactly. So, more rewards from quests. I think that's kind of self-explanatory, right? And it's 5% for the first one and all the way out to 35% more rewards from quests. Now, I don't know if that's going to be like XP. Yeah, more 35% more. Oh yeah, experience and money. There we go. I missed that there. Let's see. Need to put my glasses on today. That's pretty. That's a good one for a lot of you guys that like to quest in the beginning of your guys' hard modes and things like that. That's going to be a big one for you guys. And then we have this will come down to the trade tab. So you have improved deals with suppliers and buyers, reducing purchase costs by 0.5%. That's worded kind of weird and leads you down a rabbit hole of what is coming in this game. That's what I thought. I don't know about you, Grumpy. Is that what you thought?
Oh yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, hold on here a second. We even asked. And then they were just like, sorry, can't say anything. So now we're just like going,
In fact, I think they changed some wording, some things. I think because of that, but
yeah, they had to bury a little bit more because Grumpy and I were like, hey, what's that? And they were like, oh, you're not supposed to see that. And I was like, okay. So they're giving away a lot of like hints and like Easter eggs with this new update coming, guys. Like deals and suppliers? Like what? Okay. I mean,
it's been some time since they've had an update, but maybe because they had to change stuff in the back end, add more things for stuff that's coming up.
It seems like they've added a lot of back end stuff that we're going to be finding out soon, right? Like, that's exciting. I don't know about you guys. That's exciting to know that, like, all these things that all the podcasts that I've had with Christian and a lot of the things that he's like, oh, we're hinting at, and he's like, sorry, can't comment on that. It's starting to come out, right? Like, that's exciting. Like, that was like 6 months ago we did that. We did the last like podcast where we're just sitting and talking. And before that, we did the 2-year anniversary. And, he showed a bunch of stuff there and kind of talked about a bunch of stuff. And we kind of like dabbled in this type of stuff and talked about it, but he was very hush hush about it. And now to see it in the game, not even a year later, like, it's like, okay, they're really cooking. So like Grumpy said, they took, about 4 months off from the last update?
That's right. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been about what, 4 months?
I'm old. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. So, okay, let's go over the other ones. So, that one goes all the way to 35 for the quests. And then this one goes all the way down to 3.5%. So you can see it's not that much because I don't think they want to really give you that, like, 40% off deal on goods or trade, right? So, goods and trade, though. Who are we trading with? I see what I mean? We could spiral down the rabbit hole for days, and we'll be talking about this for probably the next month or two. You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows how long their update schedule is, things like that now at this point. They've been gone for a while. So they probably got just a ton of stuff to dump on us. Okay. This other one, I kind of want to go to the production tab one first.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I kind of want to. Okay, so the production tab is ore sorting technology. Improve automated systems to separate high value ore from waste. 0.5%. Let's talk about it. And that goes all the way to 4%. Let's talk about it. Let's theory craft before we go to the next one. I don't know if I can tell them or not.
Mhm.
I don't know if I can tell them the day that it's coming.
Yeah.
Didn't ask. That's sorry. That's the one thing I didn't ask. Okay, I'm sorry, chat. Okay. You know, something might break. I don't want, you know what I mean? Don't want to jinx it. I don't know. If you want to
No,
DM
I mean,
Christian and ask him, you Grumpy, could you DM him?
I can give it a shot. See if he answers me.
Like
He may be sleeping for all I know.
he might be sleeping. He might be sleeping. It does get pretty late for them, so. Yeah, I'm just tabbed out for 2 seconds here. Make sure I'm not missing any of my DMs here. Don't leak the launch codes this time. It's 11 p.m. for him. Yeah, it's pretty late.
Looks like he may be on. I'll ask.
I think we're good to go, but I don't want to say it without him. He might want to announce it, right? So we're just here to showcase the stuff. That's it. And talk about it. See how you guys are feeling about it. It's been a long time. I know you guys love when we do these type of streams. You know, so just don't leak the launch codes. All right, so yeah, so let's talk about the ore sorting technology. All right, so this is, as you guys know, that the water system kind of did this as well too. So now we have kind of like a skill tree to kind of go with it. Is how I'm seeing this. It is a little later down the tree, so how are you guys going to kind of dissect down this tree?
So Christian responded, and he says we can say next week.
Okay, there you go. Next week. What a troll.
So I mean, is
Next week,
that
boys.
is that this coming Monday through Friday, or is that
Like, what a troll, man. I
or
love
is
him,
that
dude.
or is that next Monday through Friday?
What a troll. Love the guy, man. What a troll, dude. Next week.
In other words, very soonish.
Very soonish. Oh man, gotta give it up to the dev team, dude. They got a sense of humor, and they've been pretty great at communicating with everybody.
Yeah, it's late for them too. So.
Yeah, it's we're close, boys. Okay, yeah. So ore sorting technology, right? So it's a pretty basic one, and it's gonna be nice to be able to get, for all you guys that love to min max. These things are gonna be great, right? For some of you guys may be like, oh, I don't really care about rushing down the tree for, you know, run speed or jump height, right? You guys will be like, oh, I'm gonna go towards the economics and the sorting and things like that, right? So, please watch this area to swear in the chat. So, ooh, shit, I'll throw that one here. No, you don't have to make a new game. At the moment, no. Okay. The last little branch off of the economic or the trade tab is a sideways trade tab, or well, drop down off the trade tab. I don't know what rabbit hole I want to go down talking about this. So we'll just leave it up to speculation. And I'm going to highlight over it here in a second, and you guys can figure that out, or what your interpretation of it is. Investment forecasting. Predict ROI for new equipment, land, upgrades, using historical and projected data using the purchase costs of the vehicle. That's like,
I mean, I know I've been doing a bunch of testing with automation and how that's affecting prices and stuff. And I can kind of see where they're going. It's going to be interesting. As we
yeah,
move along.
and we don't know, right? So
Yeah.
you know,
I guess, yeah.
we don't know. They're holding it tight. Like, we don't know. Like, so,
At least I think I see where they're going. I don't know. They could be totally wrong. You never know.
yeah, right. No clue. No clue, Grims. No clue where they're going with that. If it's just going to be like, because we do what do we know right now that they've shown recently, like within this year? They showed drills, like big new drills, like stuff you can drill really deep with. Is it gonna be something to do with that, or is it gonna be, who knows, right? We don't know yet. This is just another piece of the puzzle that they've given us. I think these are big pieces of the puzzle. I think there may be I think it's a little bit bigger than we might be thinking. There might be a lot more that's there behind the scenes. So them taking that time off, like Grumpy said earlier, might be just an indication that they're ready to just dump everything on us for a lot of things, or start coming out in a rapid succession. They were gone for a while, and these guys do a lot of work. So yeah, all that stuff in the forums that I see, bros. What the hell? It's only been 4 months. Calm your
You
panties.
gotta remember, I mean, they may have run into something where they had to completely rewrite a system they had, planned before, and because of something that came up, So give them a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I think between these two things right here, 4 months to come out with a skill tree where everything's linked and everything like that, and this will also branch into something else I'm going to show you guys here in a second. It's not done yet, trust me. If you take it easy, Papa. It's not done yet. So there's other little things that kind of branch into those things already, and that is, well, the bed. I know, right? Kind of weird. I thought this was kind of weird in the Friday news as well when I saw it. I was like, what? A bed? What do you need a bed for? Right? Like, I mean, Romance Grumpy. Beat pics.
Ooh.
I think I need to turn it on, though. So, give me a second to explain this to you guys here real quick. Okay. In your settings, as you guys know, a lot of you guys let's start from the beginning. You guys all remember there used to be a slider bar up here, right? Where you could change the time of day. Kind of seemed like a developer tool, not really a feature. And then all of a sudden, it was gone, right? And people were like, well, how the hell do I change the time? Where do I go to do that? And they were confused, right? So what they did was they ended up putting it into the general setting with the weather and things like that. And they ended up giving us a multiplier, right? So the multiplier is pretty much 1 is real time and 240 is the max if you hold down, right? Goes out to 240. So 240 would be like 6 minutes, right? For the day, this cycle to go 12 hours. So if you wanted to go 6 minutes for a full day, you go 240, 240. Right? Pretty simple, right? So if you go down to 1, and then 1, that is real time, right? That's real time. Okay. So for me, I play for about 5 hours at a time, roughly. So you're gonna want to go to about 3 on your times, right? And that would give you a full day will last you X. Was it what did we say it was? About 6 hours or something like that.
6 hours, yeah.
Yeah, about 6 hours. All right. I'm gonna drop a save here real quick. So that's how you set your time, right? That's how you set your time scale. Now, what the bed allows you to do is a few different things. For one, Romance Grumpy, right?
Oh,
2,
yeah.
it allows you to go into the economic tab and you'll see the actual day, right? When before, we couldn't really progress days and this stuff didn't work, right? It just, cool. How do you advance a day when you can't really skip a day? Now we can. We can skip days now. And we could work a full work day in game, and we can set our time scale, and our economic tab will update at the same time. So when you go ahead and set your real time scale, if I'm on, 6 a.m., which I'm at 13, I'm going to go ahead and hit sleep. And guess what? Now we are in the next morning, see? At 6 in the morning. And my time scale will change a little bit. It'll start to tick forward. I am set at a slow time scale, but if I was at a fast time scale, this time would be moving up. Then it'll also update your economic. Now look, we actually have expenses, we have profit, we have how much things workbench costs, yesterday 7-day forecast, and everything like that, right? And then yes, you would want to use your lighting if you want to see and things like that. And I think they did improve on that too, right?
I think
I
there
I
was
think they
something in
worked.
notes about that. But
Yeah, they did work
I
on
forgot.
the lighting a little bit more. Some people were having some different with lighting and fog and or some lighting and the smoke from certain buildings causing lag issues. So this right here, hell yeah, because you guys have been watching me and Grumpy do our spreadsheets and stuff like that. Now you guys can kind of do that and have that automatically in the game. All you have to do is set your time scale. All you have to do is have a bed, and when you get to a certain time at the end of the night, go and sleep, and it resets and it logs your information. And then you can even track through the days. Like if I see how we went up to 604. So I have it set.
So
Yeah, so I could sleep again. I think I have to wait. So yeah, there we go. Now it switched 31st. Right. So I'm gonna go hit a high, go in the economic tab again. Now I can actually go through the days. Right. There's nothing in that day because nothing happened. We didn't make profit. We didn't do anything. Right. So there was no expenses. Can you sell some more and show how it works? I think think you could do that, right, Grumpy?
I think I sold some more. Honestly, I haven't tested this very far, so I don't even know how well this stuff.
Yeah, there's some. You gotta remember, this is alpha. When it comes out sometime next week, soonish. Sometime next week, sometime. So
Yeah.
remember, these things are all going to need to be thoroughly tested. Make sure you guys do.
Now,
What's it?
now that we have a bed, it's a lot easier to actually test this stuff and see how it works too. So
That's true.
kind of a key thing.
Yeah, not being able to change to the next day, you kind of can't test changing to the next day, right? So he's trying to make you jelly, Dopey. You Grumpy spooning again? Yes.
You come into bed, Split. You never want to hear that, do you?
I never want to hear that ever again. I mean, we're homies and all, but all I know is you didn't make the bed. Really wrinkled. Soon. Okay. when you coming to bed? Soon. Okay.
I sold some more stuff. I wonder if I could have been fine. Let's see.
Well, we'll see if it works.
I clicked it.
Economic. It might not work for you because you're not the host. So,
True.
Like I said, alpha. Plenty of bugs to be tested out there, boys. So, let me tell some stuff. Cat. Did you have a kitty in your hand?
I wonder if I've been selling stuff too. If that's getting tracked. So there's a bunch of stuff to test with this now that we have.
Yeah, guys. Remember, this is alpha, and it'll be going into beta. So a lot of stuff, right? So, all right, I just sold some things. Let me go ahead and sleep again. And we're at April 2nd. So let's go ahead and bring this up real quick here and see if it tracked it. If not, well, there we go. 31st. Yeah, it did. It's just not tracking you selling things. What it is.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So, anyways, we're not here to test. We've done ours, and probably some more here this week, I guess. Apparently, so lots of stuff for you guys to get in and find those little oddities and report the bugs. I mean, let's get this nailed out, boys. The faster they can get this out of beta, the faster we get probably a new update coming to beta, right? So if you guys want to see this game progress and stuff like that, don't just talk about the game being broken or bugs. Report them, and report them good. Report them very well, so that way they can be looked at and go, oh, okay, I see what they're talking about. But if it's a whole bunch of jumbo all over the text and it doesn't make sense at all completely, it's going to be hard for them to decipher what the hell you even said in the first place. So please, please, please take a little time and report these things, right? And that's how they get fixed faster. Better the reporting, the easier it is for them to fix.
And like if you're playing MP, make sure does it affect just the client or just the host, or does it affect both people playing, or these are the details they need.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, make sure you guys definitely jump into that, right?
Yeah, I know there's a bunch of people who love the economic stuff, so this will give them stuff, really dig into.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Okay, let's see here. So we showed off the bed, the new things. I like the bed, right? I like the fact now that we can go through the time setting and then stop it and then come back in. And we can flip through like all of it. That's you guys are going to get to be able to do what we do. You won't have to spend the hours of getting all the data out of your wash plants and things like that to figure out what you made for the day. That's cool. That's awesome. That's a huge step in the right direction as far as the economics tab goes. Because that's a lot of work, right, Grumpy? We have to go through to log all that data to find I'll just bring ours up. When we do this, right? When we break all of our breakdown stone, right? I mean, obviously I don't think they're going to do the trucks, but maybe they definitely could in the future, right? So that's something for them to maybe aspire for and be able to get all that data eventually. So, it's good to see the sell prices and all those things like that, right? That's awesome, right? Okay, let's see, chat. Let's see.
I did set up a little thing to do the pass through on storage if you wanted.
Oh gosh, I'm not used to the run speed. Holy cow. All right, let's show these things real quick here. This is the setting that I was talking about. You can see this little arrow now that's pointing down. This will actually tell you where the chute opening is. So you can actually turn this on in your settings, right? So in your settings, you can scroll down and you'll see, where's it at? Right here. Indicate conveyor openings. Right here. Enable that if you want. If you're having a hard time seeing where the opening is or the whatnot, we can snap to it. It's right there. Remember your real time for your tables. Let's go back to
It's also a great way to debug if maybe you're not going to them snap together good or something too.
Okay, so man, that is so crazy how much faster it is. I feel like I got like a cheat turned on or something. It's crazy. That skill tree putting in work already. Okay, next section we're gonna talk about, guys, is the ore pass through that you guys have been spamming freaking Discord and stuff like that since these new containers and stuff came out. And because we like to daisy chain some of our conveyors and we like to fill trucks and things like that with them, right? So the cool thing is you can come into here and see we have ore, right? Okay, well now we have a nifty little button, turn pass through on. So all you have to do is literally turn it on, right? So it's going to take all the stuff from this container and push it into the next.
Is it not normal?
It's because this one's power.
Oh, it's pushing out. Yeah, it's pushing.
Yeah, I was going to say it's pushing out. I was like, it's pushing.
Okay.
I just turn these on. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting some material. Because this one's on, and if you want to turn it off and collect, it'll collect into the hopper, right? So, and then if I want to say I want to come over and go, oh, okay, I want to fill a truck, and you can see we have a chute going into the truck. We can actually turn these off and on now. This is something we've been wanting for a really long time. Like, a really long time. Like, to be able to turn the chutes off so we have a little bit of a buffer to run the truck without it dumping on the ground, so we have to build recirculators, right? Like, so we don't have to build recirculation systems anymore. All we have to do is just come in here and, oh, I want to fill the truck right now. Okay, cool. Now the belt starts to work, right? So this is how you indicate it's coming through. It's coming out this way, right? From the storage coming in, because we're getting material coming in. Then I'm going to turn it off, and you can see it's starting to build back up because the other hopper previously in the chain is pushing material here, right? So then we can just turn it back on, and it goes back up the belt, and it's going to start filling the truck, right? So no more pass-throughs. I mean, so no more having to build these crazy recirculation systems onto your plant and do all this craziness. It'll be great for your asphalt machines and little asphalt factories and stuff like that, or asphalt, however you want to pronounce it, depending on where you live in the world. That is such a small little thing to the game, like, but it has such a massive impact in a lot of our playstyles, right? Tons,
Yeah.
tons. Like
I
that is a
still have a bunch of
quality of
stuff I wanna
life
do with it.
update that is absolutely amazing. It impacts you in many different ways more than you think. Some people would look at that and go, whatever, cool, man. But no, no, all that you guys that play this game every day, that build your little factories or your depots, am I right? This is a game changer. This is a game changer. If you think so, start nerd it up in the chat, boys. Hype it up, because these things, these quality of lives, these quality of life changes are. Hopefully, we start seeing more of them. They've put quite a few of them in, almost like the bed, quality of life linked into gameplay, right? Pass through, quality of life linked into the gameplay, the things that we've been wanting, right? So the only thing right now is that we can't actually like change what we want to pass through and what to store and what not. So it's not programmable, so to speak. But that would be kind of cool if we could turn the pass through on and say, "Oh, I only want iron to come out." That would be an even bigger step, but baby steps, right? Not yet. So let's hope that we could do that. If you guys want to see that, go to the Discord. Most of you guys know. Most of you guys are in the Discord. Hit them up. Say, you know what? That feature's really cool. Like that. Could you guys maybe expand upon that a little bit? You know what I mean? That's where they need this feedback, guys. They need that really good little, you know. So we need a new, better metal sorter. Exactly. Now this kind of comes back a little bit. You guys remember my productions video? Split, why did you sort everything off into its own lane almost? Now you see why. Right? Now you guys seen that the automation process came out. Now you guys know why I split everything off to almost its own place. Because, well, it was going to come in handy later down the road. Right? So this is cool. I like this. But I do agree it would be nice to have a material list here on the side. Right? And this could actually be considered a smart sorter just on its own. So all they could just a little bit more and boom. Right? And yes, you technically can do that. I Oswin just said in the chat, you could technically fill the whole thing with only one material, and then you turn your pass through on, and it would shove the next one too. So you can cheese that in there. You can cheese it, and it would pass the material straight through the next one, and then it would go out. Anything extra would go out the end. So you could do that. But how much nicer would it be if we just had an option, right? So I think this is a great step in the right direction. I think this is something that's a huge quality of life update. Even if you only looked at it from the standpoint of filling a truck and then being able to come in here and turn it off, right? All right, so yeah, it's filling the truck up, good to go. Yeah, that's one of my more favorites for plant operations, trucking material, and stuff like that, right? That's the one that's pretty nice. So what else do we show? Oh, that's right. We still have more equipment to show. Right, Grumpy?
Yeah, all those people who's already turned off.
All those people that have already left thinking, oh, they're just showing boring stuff. There's no bucket wheel. You know, like, I'm out of here. That's it. Yeah, I got to change the time because darkness is.
This fog is crazy.
This fog is absolutely I don't know what it is about this map, but it is like foggy fog. So what's going on here? But you guys want to see the big boys? Like I said, this stream was only gonna be a little while long. We kind of just wanted we're excited for sure. We're 100% excited, and we're getting close. Like the dev, I literally just had Grumpy ask. He said, "What did he say again, Grumpy?"
Next week.
Sometime next week. Sometime next week.
Seeing that it's Sunday,
Who
depends on
knows?
what you classify as your week.
Yeah, it could be next Sun. Who knows? Like, yeah, we got some light now over here. Okay, we got some light. Let me go back in here and turn this down here. So, I honestly don't know. I don't know what day it's going to be. Because, well, one thing I always know is Christian loves to put things in after I make my videos. Like, so that way I have to redo
Probably
my
adding
videos.
stuff right now.
He's like, oh, I gotta add all this stuff right now. I gotta screw up Split's videos. That's it. So, I mean, that's not a bad thing. I'll take it, man. As a fan of the game that I like seeing new things. Screw them up. Keep going. Keep adding. Let's go. All right. Amanda's bringing out the baby kitties, right? Got Dopey bringing out the baby kitties. Okay, that's it, guys. We have the new face shovels, and they go all the way down to an Attila Series 200. We got a little baby guy, and we have a 2,000, 4,000, and 8,000. Massive, 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 massive. And I'm gonna have to go over this with you guys because this was kind of like it's a controversial thing that we were some of us had a certain opinion about the way the controls worked or things like that. Let's take a look at them detail wise. This is the Attila 200. Right, beautiful modeling, obviously, absolutely beautiful thing. Let me go. Yeah, sorry. Let me go into the volumes here. So let's take a look at the Attila. We have the 2.1 yard on the 200, and we have the 200. We have the 2,000, which is 7.2, 4,000, which is 13.9, and the 8,000, which is the 40.5 capacity. Right, so this is the little guy, and he fits almost in this guy's bucket. Watch out, Grumpy. You're in the way, buddy. It's too big. I can't put the... Look how big this block is. Oh, it's a monster. Look how big that thing is, dude. Like, it's insane, bro. And
Is that bigger than?
Dude, get an 8,000 and put it next to it. I think it's bigger, dude. Look at that boom. Look at that boom tower. Ooh.
Oh, I should put it back.
We're gonna call this thing Boomhauer, Destroyer of Claims.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's like compared to loaders. No, it's the same size, but the thing is like it's that boom arm is just insane when it's sticking up there like that. That's crazy. Okay. Doc's gonna love that thing. Can we get the hypes in the chat, dude? That's crazy, man. We may have not got a bucket wheel, but I'm gonna say this right now.
Got a big bucket anyway.
This, once you get used to the controls, and we'll talk about that here in a second. I'll talk about it right now. Let's go to the controls. All right, so now under the excavator, we now have, you scroll all the way down to the bottom. We have, don't pay attention to those. Don't pay attention to those. Excavator, rope, shovel, boom. We have a whole new set of keys, right? So rope, shovel, boom in, hatch open, right? So these are my configurations, obviously. So Jolly face shovel is still king. Ooh, I don't know, man. Guys, pay attention to those controls. So, yes, so you can... Oh, here we go. So, up and down, right? Set your height, and then you can swing up and go in. All right, it's locking up on me a little bit, Grumpy. There we go. Up and in. And let's go and drop a scoop here. So, it will actually pull... It'll pull the door open. Now, if you hit the G key, it's not going to push it back in. Well, how do you get it closed, Split? It's simple. Just retract in, right? Go back like you're going to take another scoop, and it'll slam shut and lock. you're ready for another scoop, right? So in, oh, don't hit E key, that's not it. Sorry, I'm used to my bindings here, guys. I'm, wrong button, buddy. Yeah, I keep hitting my E key.
But he's blasted right there. Maybe he's right here. I'm in trouble. I'm not.
No, I'm literally having a keybind issue. I keep hitting E. Right, so
Oh, blasted. Wait, there we go.
all my buttons are reversed from what I'm used to when I'm in a front trouble, right? So I think a lot of you guys will like these ones. They feel good when you're not operating them like a dum-dum. So yeah, so the bucket will close, it'll snap shut. Extend your arm out.
That was me blasting.
Yeah, okay. The bucket's still kind of getting a little stuck, but there is bedrock in here, so it might be giving me a little issue there. But I was digging with this thing for like an hour yesterday, and it was pretty much just running smooth, man. Forget the noob operator for a second, you know. Figure out why it's not coming back in, bro. They might need to adjust the tolerance just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like I said, alpha, guys, alpha. So Doc, I want it now. There we go. Okay, and it didn't lock that time on me. So what it's doing, what I mean by locking, is when it locks the controls, so I can't use them if I'm like next to a piece of dirt. It is a known thing, and the devs are kind of tweaking it. So but they all pretty much operate like this. Like, look at all the cables move, pulleys move. Like I said, the detail on these rope shovels is just insane, right? See my next biggest blunder? I think that these things handle better than the I think they're more smooth. But you guys know me, I generally run excavator. I don't run base shovels or anything like that, right? So me to even be taking a scoop with this thing on stream is saying something.
It won't go over the sides of the truck, I don't think, but you can load it from the back.
You can also just leave it open too as well, like I'm doing here. Just mangle this thing on the wall. Kind of stuck on the wall right now, but back up a little bit. See if I can get the bucket unstuck. There we go.
I think it's close enough for you to swing into it.
My keys are reversed.
Anyway, I think.
Horrible.
Bob's just getting used to the controls.
Yeah, so it does still swing up and over. It still does swing up and over, like the full height, right? Yeah, that's my problem. Is everything's reversed for me.
Yeah.
Because I need to change my boom up, boom down to my W key instead of the RF, right, that I normally have. It's a little on the small side for not small, but it's a little on the small side for the 400, but I mean, you're going to get the job done for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to be careful. You just have to know how to line it up and...
Like I had to backpedal a little bit on that, so... Oh, no, I'm good. I just trying to boom the arm back without it getting stuck in the wall. They said there's a little bit of a tolerancy thing that needs to be fixed, so...
It's a little bit of a different operation too, pushing that in and out versus, you know, the curl and all that stuff. It's just a little different. It's a little different to get used to.
Yeah, so like right now, typically if I'm gonna run these things on a daily basis, I would actually change because it's reversed, right? So typically I have RF for my arm curl, but this is technically the boom, right? So I would change it to this would be R and F for me on keyboard, and I'd reverse the controls, and then it would work just fine for me. It'd be easy. And so just it's completely different than it's backwards, right? So which is no big deal. And everything's gonna take a little bit of a learning time, so no big deal at all. But I'm honestly I like I like them personally better than the other hydraulic front shovels.
Yeah, I do too.
Face shovels. I just think they're nice. They're just nicer. And Dragon, dude, thank you much, brother. I appreciate that, bro. I have my notifications turned off. I guess I don't. Why are they? Notification off. There we go. That's why they're not popping up. Sorry about that, bro. And thank you very much for that, man. I appreciate that support, dude. Even and Grizzly? Nice, man. I appreciate that, bro. Oh yeah. I know, and like I said, I know a lot of you guys might be a little upset that there is, you know, no bucket wheel, but how do you guys feel so far about the update? Like, from what you guys have seen, from what we've showed you guys, how do you guys feel about it? Like, be honest, it's okay. You're upset, or you're disappointed, or it was worth the wait. Was it worth the wait? Like, I know for me, I can't. I've been gone, you know, medical things and stuff like that for like the last 4 months. So, you know, I'm trying to make sure I get like back in, and maybe the wait didn't seem as long for me. I don't want to be like, nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it, guys. You're just being you know, ridiculous, right? But no, it you know, was it worth the wait? Yeah, I think for me, my takeaway from all this is that with the skill tree and kind of the things that we learned about where they're going direction wise of the game, that's exciting. You guys know me, I've said it a million times. Equipment's cool and all, awesome, but where's the other part of the game going, right? Where's the other part of the game going? And I think we see a lot of that in this update, as well as some little quality of life, as well as a lot of bug fixes from the old to the new, like the what's it called here? Always go to the thing when I go try to find it. The patch notes. You know, and this list is not even completed yet, so list is not even completed. No, there was 15 new vehicles that they put in. They're going to be putting in. So there's 3 different long booms. There's some new smaller Attila, is what they're calling this new little series of equipment. 200s, 300s, and a 5. They also added in the smaller cable excavators in the Attila series. And then they added the 2,000, 4,000, 8,000 face shovels and all that stuff like that. So a bit of things. As well as, like I said, tons of new little features like the periodic tree, the talent tree, all these little extra things the ore pass through. And like I said, this is not even the full completed bug list. So, not even close. And I'm sure they're probably going to be fixing a ton of new bugs once this thing goes to beta for all of you guys. And then by the time this thing hits live, by far it'll be the biggest update that's ever hit out of ore. Like, there's no, I don't think, I don't think there's any disputing that. Yes, this is the next coming update to open beta. Apparently at some point this week. You don't know when, some point this week. So keep your eyes open. Can't be honest, I don't have the update. Well, you're gonna have to wait about, hopefully not long, but hopefully this week. So, like I said, for as far as what you guys are seeing, wasn't worth the wait. You know? I think it is for me personally, but I'm not everybody, so. Any big changes in productions? Just the ore pass-through, I think, is the only thing. And there's a couple of little fixes with the belts and things like that, snapping and stuff like that around those things.
Well, nothing's will suit Scott until there's jumbo or underground equipment.
Yeah, you can never make Scott happy until, you know, everything. This whole game's only about underground mining. Am I able to unlock the entire tree? Yes. You gain skill points through leveling and other means. So there's some things that they're still working on. So, like I said, early alpha right now. It should be out to you guys sometime this next week. What we just confirmed with the dev. They're not giving a hard date. So it's sometime this week. We just wanted to come in here today and give you guys an early look at what's coming in. My biggest concern was how many people are just going to be pissed off with the bucket wheel not being there. But from what I was told, soon. So maybe not this update, but soon. That's all I can say. I wish I could tell you more, but that's up to the developers. So gotta respect that, right? Is there anything else we're not showing here, Grumpy? I
was kind of going through the list of stuff. I don't.
It is a lot. It is a lot with 15 new pieces of equipment. Some of them are kind of repeated, but just smaller sizes. No new building blocks in this update that I've seen. But I know that's one thing I just suggested was, well, we're getting this big content patch of equipment. Maybe it would be nice to see a big giant content push on building blocks and things like that, right? So, but you know, that's you know, that's kind of like, you know, some people will be super mad about that. You know, how dare you? I don't want to build in this game. Everyone's got their own different flavor, right? I want blueprints. What great information that has came about. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm excited. I'm excited for the skill tree. There's a lot of stuff in here that's kind of like a sneak peek. Gives us a lot of stuff to talk about. Lots of stuff to digest in this new update coming out here. It's, you know, this stuff is kind of self-explanatory. The player tab, right? The character tab. You know, jumping and run, which is crazy, like I said, because look how fast I'm running. It's just zoom, zoom, zoom over here. That's walking. This is running at max speed. And, like, you can jump now, like, almost crazy, man.
Speed. The zoom is speeding.
Oh, yes. Yes,
yeah,
yes. That is another quality.
Nice.
That is another quality of life. You guys all know when you're in this big equipment, right? Thank you, Grumpy. You guys all know when you're in this big equipment, I am literally just fingering the crap out of my mouse right now, boys. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, gosh, I'm scrolling out. All right. Okay, now my finger's tired. Settings, general. Get out here. Zoom speed. Oh. We're going to go to 5. Oh. So this is one. So before I had to do like 400, I'm going to do one roll back of my finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. So no more. 10 minutes later, you're finally in where you want to be. Right. Like, holy cow. Right. And that's... I know some of you guys might be like, Split, that is, just shut up, man. It's not a big thing. It is a big thing. When you jump in a piece of equipment and didn't remember the damn camera and you're like, oh man, I gotta sit there and freaking scroll out, dude. Now I can't point my finger at people all day long because it's tired. If it was my middle finger, I'd be able to scroll for days, but it's not. But that's a big one. That's really nice. It comes in handy. I don't get that problem with the ball, trackball. Yeah, that's another good one too. Let's see, what else are we missing here? What else are we missing?
Okay, so fixed sell points now tracking stuff sold supposedly, which I know is a big issue with the economics.
Yeah,
So there's a bunch of economic stuff to be tested and gone through, and
Yeah, 100%. There's a lot. So a lot of the sell point stuff is now linked up. You track through all your days, profit, everything, right? It's a lot. And then like I said, you could always jump to your, jump to the bed, save. Yeah, the zoom gets kind of annoying. See here. The thing real quick again here, guys, real quick. The patch notes. So these will be added upon. There's still more that's coming. This was from like the other day. I think this is what, a week old now?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so there's still a lot more. Zoom speed multiplier added. Let's see if there's any added ones. Added save warning to general settings. Yeah, we went over that. Added bed, added skill tree.
Fix some of the issues with like the last load that was saved not being on top of
Added
the list.
connected cable count
Right.
to your power units when you hover over the pointer over them. Oh yeah, workbench inventory widget will now remember the last production set amount. Oh gosh. Right? That's a big one. Like, that's annoying. You have to constantly change the number. You just want to dump a whole stack in. Right? So that's a nice one.
Oh, it's nice. They fixed the issue where the right and left arrow keys the right arrows would decrease versus increasing and stuff.
Yep.
And then when you started a new save, that's nice.
Yeah.
See that penalty fixed. But,
Yeah,
so they
fix
went
the
through
cell
and fixed a lot of
tower.
stuff. I mean,
Yeah, and this is, and you guys know when they put these out, right? And the list is still not fully done. When they put this out, then this list gets bigger before it goes to the actual live version of the game, right? So more stuff could get fixed in the period of time after this goes, right? So like I said, it's going to be a massive fix the FPS drop when looking at smoke effects, right? How many of you guys have been running around and your cameras are like, I don't know why I spin my camera like this and all of a sudden it just, and then that's because you're probably lagging because the smoke effects and stuff like that coming out of your gigantic monstrosity of a production building, right? So probably one of the reasons. But yeah, boys, dudes, dirt nerds,
listen,
bros.
Fixed save games not properly sorted based on last played. So hopefully you're
Yeah. That's another. Yeah, that's another.
there. That'd be nice.
Maybe I'll stop. Maybe we'll stop seeing all you guys that have like 400 saves under the same save. Like, come on, dudes. Yeah, periodic tree's nice. Like, man, when are we gonna get some of these ones down here? Like, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Plutonium, right? Like nuclear reactors, maybe? Dude. Let's
We may need
go.
some bigger cables and connectors for that, though.
I think we're gonna need some containment areas and all the stuff we're probably gonna be able to build in the future, dudes. This opened up a lot. Like I said, we're gonna be talking about this now for months until they start to get out the rest of it, right? Super alloys, uranium fever, rare earth. Yeah, exactly. Dude.
I forgot. When did they add the company managers? That was
Yeah, the company
last
managers.
time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Last time.
Like, here's the last update, right? Let's look at this one. Oh, it doesn't even have a scroll bar, boys. Right? Like, well, yeah, this one, no scroll bar either. Then you look at this update. Holy hell. And it's not even done yet. I think their 4 months was well spent. And they're still not done yet. So, yeah, I think thumbs up, dudes. I think hopefully it take a little bit of anger out of some of you guys. I can see some of you guys were just like foaming to the mouth. Yeah, and true. The last stream we did talk about nuclear plants, and everyone's like, yeah, whatever. The coal plant wasn't even in the game then. Things like that, right? Coal plants, no nada. What's your guys' favorite thing so far that you guys saw? What's your favorite thing so far? You guys seen? I wish I had a bucket wheel to pull out right now. I really do. I, you know what I mean? People are like, he's stalling for some reason. He's stalling. No, it's not. Trolls are there, but he's stalling. No, I just want to get your guys' opinion. This was normally supposed to be a stream day where I was just going to be playing out of Ore and hanging out. A lot of you guys know, like, the other day, I was like, oh, we're going to be playing this weekend. We're going to be digging in the pit. We're going to be doing all these things like that. And, you know, it was, oh, yeah, we do have a couple more. That's right. We do have, all right, we can bring those out so you guys can see them. Dropped a couple of them on Grumpy's head. I go show you guys the smallest one and then the biggest one. That's it.
Turn my controller up.
Yeah, we've spawned all the excavators.
I'll dig up a road here.
You just missed it. A little far away from the wall there.
Yeah, a couple. I'll move a little closer.
Couple, about 10 feet. Yeah, we showed the other ones. You must have just missed the things. Yeah, we showed the long booms. There's 3 different long booms. Oh yeah, this update is like excavator madness, dude. We got the cable excavators. Like I said, which they will give you a little bit more of a... You really got to get that bucket curled in and then give it the nice pull back and then the scoop finish, right? Like, it's a little bit different because the buckets don't curl quite as tight, right? So it is a little bit more of a finesse at the end of your thing to get that bucket up and full, right? So as you see though, they get a nice little bucket though. Like the overflow, but the dirt kind of flows back into your bucket really well. What is the case used for long? Good.
I was just saying, you got to remember these types of excavators you're meant to drag the bucket back toward you with the cable. So
yeah, because it's all cable, right? It's not hydraulic. The power's in the cable pull, not the curl of the bucket, right? So I think it's fascinating. I mean, remember when we were asking this back on one of the podcasts about, you know, having old style equipment, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that'd be cool," you know. Now these cable, you know, operated machines. I mean, they go all the way back to like what, steam? Could you imagine having a even older, but with these cable style stuff, but like it looks even older? Like that's where I would like to see them put a DLC out, right? Is okay, cool. We got the cable stuff and everything, but I want to see a whole series of like 1920s, right? Like era equipment, you know, or 30s, right? 40s. Kind of waiting for the drag lines. Yeah, no ETA on those, but I'm sure they'll probably hit them in the Friday news. The Friday news is, they show a lot of things coming up in Friday news, right? So, I mean, we just here recently got the what was it? The portable conveyors, right? The mobile conveyors, which is probably going to be something that we're really going to need for the thing that they showed, like maybe like the wash plant thing that they showed. Cable excavators did start, like start in the 30s, yeah. It did start in the 30s, yeah. But they didn't look like that, though. They looked a lot different than that. So, I mean, with this small piece of equipment, I can reach down almost as far as that 8000 can, right? So you can really get down in there. You have a lot of reach. That's not just for digging that like that. You can reach out real far, like, and operate it. Oh, I'm hitting the drone. I was like, what am I hitting here? Broken. Yeah, 1800s, yeah. I mean, it'd be cool to see those type of era equipment, right? So if you're digging something, you want to reach out over something, you don't gotta like adjust all crazy, right? And then see you have your truck or whatever you're loading, you can kind of get up and over something. Or wheeled horse-drawn
All these
buggies.
booms. Why these booms go down?
I'm so used to digging with these things because the buckets are so small. I'm so used to digging with the bigger pieces of equipment. We can take such a bigger scoop, so I'm like not used to like the curl. No man lift on this one actually. I surprised myself too as well. As far as I know, I don't know when they're doing the physics stuff. I have no clue. So, like I said, we'll have to get Christian on a podcast sometime here soon. I know that's probably one thing you guys have. I know, not probably. I know that's what you guys have been asking for, like the DMs. When are you getting Christian on again? We want to pick his brain. We want to hear what he has to say. I would imagine as soon as they get a little bit of free time. Like I said, they've been pretty busy. So, and I just got back too. So, I just got back to playing Out of War. It's been about 4 months for me. Appreciate your guys' patience and your guys' best wishes and stuff like that, dude. Like honestly, it was kind of a rough last 5 months for me, but we're here kicking and we're ready to keep rocking out and doing the coverage of the updates and testing and everything like that, right? So I appreciate your guys' patience and I appreciate your guys' support and everything like that over like the last couple months, especially even longer, obviously. But you know, last one was a tough one. So it's great to be back. Obviously playing Out of War for you guys and paying attention to the game and doing these type of things, right? So motivates me to get up and do all these things and showcase this stuff. Hopefully you guys like what you guys saw today and like to see these sneak peeks and you know showcase what's the devs have been working on. Hopefully we can get a little bit better, a little faster in the future, and maybe be able to do these things a little sooner. But these guys work all the way up to the deadlines that they put for themselves. And I think that we just got to keep that in mind a little bit, you know. Like I said, this update could have been a DLC in many regards as far as just the equipment. There's no reason why that I can think of personally why this... It's just an addition. Some people would say, well, this is fluff. Okay, then why didn't they just charge everybody for it then? I think they care. I think they care. You know, and I'm not shilling for them for any means. It's just because I love the game. I love digging holes. I've been doing this now for 8 years on YouTube, digging holes between Gold Rush the game and now Out of War. It's been fun. It's been exciting to play for you guys and cover their work. There's never been a dull moment doing stuff for Out of War. There hasn't. And you guys have been absolutely fantastic as fans and players. We've had our ups and downs with the game. In the very beginning, when the game was almost unplayable, to the first update, big update, where they took like 5 months off, and Christian actually got somebody new that was part of the development team named Darksider, and he's done a phenomenal job with the game. Like, you know, all the other developers that have been kind of coming on to help fill the team out. We have the guys that are making all the new models, which are doing a fantastic job. I mean, look at the details on these things. They definitely are improving, right? So it's good to see the progress. And now we're starting to see the game come along in different aspects other than just equipment. So
Yeah, I mean, you guys think, you know, they work all the time on this stuff. When we got this update this morning.
yeah,
So
they worked all weekend long. There's like, you can tell that how would I put this? Most developers that I've ever talked with and worked with, they love the game, but they love to hate it. And it's a passion, because if it was just work for them, they wouldn't do it on the weekends. Right? They'd be like, nope, I don't care today. I'm clocking out. I mean, Christian was messaging me. I was messaging Christian and T-Bone, those guys like that, trying to see what's going on for the day, and with the updates, trying to get last little things in and out, and like all the way up until like 3 in the morning my time, right? So it's all week long commitment and stuff like that. I mean, you know, so like I said, if you've been one of those type of people that have been a little upset lately, just try to keep that in mind. You know, these guys have not let us down in 3 years. Yes, there is some bugs. I'm not saying that. There's definitely some bugs that need to be addressed. And hopefully they take some time to sit down and do those things like that. But also too, like we've kind of talked about this a million times, where do you draw the line between let's just keep adding content and then go back and fix everything in a bulk? You know, some people think it's better to fix everything and then put something new in, and then fix everything. It's where do you
Or or why
balance
do you
that?
pick something you're going to change anyway down the road? So that's the
Exactly,
other big
and
thing, right?
that's the thing we've been trying to stress, that that's the mentality of the developers. That's why they can put so many things in the game so quickly for us, is because they bulk up and then, well, exactly. Why fix something when they're going to replace it anyways in 7 months or 8 months or 9 months, right? So there's no point in polishing something when you're just trying to get the war chest of features worked through first. Why polish something if it's going to be replaced? You know, so as long as people understand that and kind of have an idea that that's what they do and how they work and operate, I think that they'll be a little nicer. Because yeah, I think some of the hate lately we've been seeing is a little. I mean, 4 months, guys. You know, come on, bros. You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
nothing for a lot of games. Jeez.
it's nothing, man. 4 months. I think we got a lot of meaningful stuff, and like I said, I can't say much more than that, but I do know that there's a lot more to come. A lot. Grumpy can contest to it as well too. They've been busy.
Yep.
I have a question, man. I just returned my copy back to the Steam. I got it like an hour into it and realized how easy it is to make money. And this go also single player. What's the grind for? Well, were you playing on normal mode or? Because typically right now you kind of have to set your parameters on how hard it goes. If you're a single player and you put some really good, solid parameters in front of you, it'll take you a long time to progress to the big equipment. Ask some of the players here in chat, how long did it take you on your hard mode saves to get all the way up to a big giant 8,000 where you're making so much money you can just build whatever? It takes a good amount of time.
Yeah, it's a long time.
It takes a long time. So it's all about the parameters that you put on yourself right now. Yes, the game should technically have those in there for you, but you know, right now the game is not really a start to finish game. It's more of a throw you into a world and do it. I guess I can just, I guess I'm on the perfect map to show you.
And the economy stuff is changing, and particularly you can particularly see it when you start looking at how they structure the new automation of smelting ores and that kind of stuff. You can start to see they're trying to do some things that will start to that's needed to when they actually get around to balancing
I would agree,
the
because
economy.
this whole mindset here, and I know people might be like, well, that's just you, Split, because you guys are absolutely crazy. And this whole pit here has taken a total of what, about 3,500 man hours. The save in total is about 600 and something hours, but we've had a lot of people playing on it, so we tracked all that stuff, our own stats and our own spreadsheets, and we've ran 11,173 haul trucks on this save, running 21 trucks per hour, and throughout these two pits, made a total of $6 billion, but we could have made more. So I do agree with you when you're saying that it's easy to make money. But like Grumpy just said, they are trying to checks and balance that a little bit more. So, and the only way to do that is by making sure your economy tab and stuff like that, and all those things like that are better, right? So, if you guys think that something needs to be adjusted, write it up, report it. You know, say, go to the Discord, write up a really nice thing, kind of show your argument and your point. Be constructive, don't be destructive, right? Like, and there's a big difference. So if you want something to change, the best way to do it is be very clear about what you would like to see, and also maybe come up with a solution. You know, like a what is that? You know, a pattern for the price of things. Like I know Grumpy does it all the time. You know, like fuel prices or the fuel things. It's the algorithm to control the prices of things making sense. If you take this many to make this many, then it's just better just to sell everything, so to speak, right? So all those things like that still need to be gone over, and this game might be a little too early for some players, and I completely respect that, 100%. And hopefully the game one day will be everything that a lot of us want, but at the end of the day, you guys know how that goes. You can't please everybody, so, you know. For me, I'd be happy just digging a hole like this. I could do this over and over and over and over again and could care less about productions, could care less about the economy. I could care less. As long as I can dig holes with my homies, winner, right? But do all these other things matter to other people? Absolutely, because everybody plays this game for a different reason. Some people just want to build stuff. Some people want to build big factories. Some people just want to run rock trucks. There's something for, I think, everybody, but the biggest hurdle is coming up with what you want to do, right? So that's the, yeah, that's, you know, the nuts and bolts of everything like that. I know it's been a while since we've had some real talk, just chill and chat, especially on a showcase day. So I hope everybody out there is doing really well though, and has had a great weekend. I can kind of chill for a little bit. They have some beers, but I can't drink anymore, so that kind of sucks. Somebody have a beer for me, please. Grubby, have a beer for me.
Okay.
Have beer. Have beers. But chat, unless you guys want to see something else, I think that's where I'm gonna call it for the day, dudes. I know it wasn't gonna be too long of a stream, just a couple hours, just to kind of show you guys this stuff and how it's working. I appreciate everybody that came and was watching today, commenting. Sorry if I missed your guys' questions. Lots of stuff to go over. I'll be streaming tomorrow, and we'll probably run in some multiplayer on this save, continuing the progress of the save. Like I said, we don't know when this is coming out. The dev said sometime this week. So keep an eye out on the Discord. Make sure you guys join the devs Discord. Make sure you guys, favorite and wishlist the game if you guys haven't. Also, too, make sure that if you don't have the game and maybe you want to check it out later, it is on sale right now. Even if you don't plan on playing it till a couple more updates come in, it's on sale right now. Might as well save yourself some money. Pick it up. It's 30% off, right? Not too much. If you got some pennies to throw at it, hit it up. The devs, they are working hard, obviously. Don't read the nasty reviews. They just don't make sense. People have literally only played the game for like 45 minutes. So, just use your brain out there, guys, when it comes to buying games, right? So it's sometimes something might not be one person's thing, but it might be somebody else's. And take a look at those things honestly and make sure you game responsibly and drink responsibly and whatever.
I don't think there's any better. Don't think there's any better digging game out there.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think I've seen any game on the market that you can do this. We built this all from scratch, guys. This is not a map that comes in the game. So it's and yeah, like I said, we've 600 hours on the save. So, I mean, that's all the people's added up. So it's over 3,800, like 36 to 3,800 hours. So, and they also are trying to make the solo gameplay a lot better if you're playing solo. So if you don't have friends or homies or you just like doing everything yourself, they are making that a lot easier. And I think that's why a lot of you guys want the bucket wheel. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that, right? I don't want to speak for everybody, but was the 2000 rope shovel showed earlier in the stream? Yes, it was. Where's that one at? The 2000? It's right here. This one is the 2000, and this one is the 4000, and that one is the 8000, and then the little. Oh, I thought the poop went out. It did. Oh man, the 8000 is like a little. It's like a little dookie one compared to that thing. Look how small this little guy is. Oh man.
Gotta see if I can put that in this.
You can see if you can put it in the bucket. Look at it. Look at this little guy. Look at it. I looked back and I was like, what is that? Oh, it's the 2000. It's the 200. Friends are overrated. Nah. They're great rock truck drivers. I mean, they're great friends. Now, well, we're gonna be rocking out of ore pretty much most of this week, guys, chatting about all these cool things. And the thing almost fits. The thing is like, look at this thing. I think you're up too high. I don't think I can get in there. Oh, I need to go. Oh. Can you go down a little bit more into the ground?
I gotta change my camera so I can see better.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe like that. Oh.
I gotta send it boom. I gotta pull my boom back. Hold on. Reset.
Oh, now you put dirt in there. I don't think I can get that in there. Doesn't want to go. I'm reasonably excited for this. Oh man, easy. Control yourself. Little face shovels. have feelings too, you know.
You can't quite fit it in the bucket. Oh well. It was fun to try. Anyway.
How dare. That's it. I'm going to Reddit and complaining. It can't fit in the bucket. Bucket's not big enough. I agree, chat. You're right. Needs to be bigger. It's too small. No, it's good, dudes. All right, guys. I can sit here and chat with you guys for hours and hours and hours about this game. Like I said, you guys are amazing. Appreciate you guys. All the guys that are just dropping gifteds and stuff like that here a little bit ago. You're amazing, dudes. I really do. Appreciate it. All your guys' support. And hopefully we can finish out this year solid with some amazing updates, and we'll see if we can get Christian on the stream here sometime soon, just to come hang out, chat, and play, answer some of your guys' questions. And because it's been like what, 5 months, 6 months since we've done that, and I know you guys seem to always really like doing that. All you diehard, fans and stuff like that. So you guys are awesome, dudes. I'll catch you guys later I guess tomorrow. I guess later tomorrow. Yeah, a little bit later tomorrow. I gotta take Dopey out in the morning, stuff like that. Go to the pool, go do my workout and stuff. So then we'll be back. We'll be back digging on this claim. If you guys want to play, join my Discord. Wait for us to say that we're looking for players, and then my wife, if you're 18 plus, my wife will have you message her when she says the invite out, and we'll get you guys in, get you guys playing. All greenhorns will come in and drive truck for the first stream or two, get to know you guys, and just very simple things to go over and chat with her about. So yeah, pretty easy. You guys know what's going on. Like I said, man, thanks for the show. No problem, man. No problem at all. My pleasure, and I love helping the game any way I possibly can, and showing off some of the new stuff, because I know you guys have been. I wish I could do it a lot sooner, but like I said, these guys wrap it up right at the very end or close to the end or something like that. Like if they're within a week or so, then like I said, I've been super busy the last couple, like 3 or 4 days. You guys, it's been very chaotic. So I appreciate your guys' patience. I really do. I know a lot of you guys were looking forward to playing yesterday and today. It's if you guys like doing this, smash that like button. You guys want to see Christian come on the stream, smash the like button. You guys know what to do. Subscribe if you haven't. We play this game a lot. It's my main game on the channel. So yeah, dudes, take it easy, have fun, and keep an eye out, dudes. Other than that, be safe, dirt nerds, and
Take care. Night.
take it easy. Can we get a hell yeah for Grumpy in the chat? Here we go. Hell yeah in the chat. Grumpy's over here helping out, working hard in this game. Take it easy, guys. Havoc, Velcro, Seeking. Hell no. I see how it is, Scott. Get out of here. Take it easy, bros.